I know that recently you wrote a book, Hack the Rich. Very cool premise and writing style. Talk to us about where your head was at and why you wrote it and why somebody should pick it up and read it.
Well, the title of the book is really referring to yet another trend that we're seeing, and with AI, it's going to be even trickier now. It's kind of weird how that happened, but I wrote it last year and released it, I think, in November or end of October. The concept is that we're seeing trends from the end of 22 through now, and it's going to accelerate this year, especially with AI. We're seeing trends of targeted attacks on people of high net worth and high net worth. And if you want to know what the definition of it is, because you may very well be one and not, we're not talking about billionaires with jets, right? We're talking the technical definition of high net worth is you've got $1 million liquid, not in real estate, but, stocks and semi-liquid, crypto, gold, whatever it is, something that you can easily convert, and you got to have $1 million worth. There's over 30 million high net worth individuals in the United States. And today, to be in the ultra high net worth individual or in the 1% that we've heard, used to talk about, 15 years ago or whatever it was, I think it's around 12 million liquid to even just to be in the 1%. So there's a lot more of them out there. And it's worth a hacker's time because the payday is so much larger to do a targeted attack on high net worth individuals. The principles that we talk about in the book, me and Sun Zhu Lu, who's the fictional gray hat hacker in both books, the 10 principles that we talk about are the 10 dumbest things you can do, applies to everyone. Okay. And really and truly, our stuff is, it's not as expensive as you might think to properly protect yourself. I mean, if you own a business, especially anybody in management of a business, you need to think about what would happen if people in the C-suite were compromised personally. What impact does that's a threat vector to the company, right? Anyone in the employee is a threat vector to the company. And just something as simple as allowing them to remote in from personal devices. Well, if their personal device doesn't adhere to the same security standards that the corporation does, that's a huge threat vector. That's a hole, and you've got to respect that. So it's both high net worth individuals, it's managerial, important people in the organization, but really and truly, it's you can read the book and get 10 things you shouldn't do. That's good security hygiene. The first book, the cyber pandemic, is where we break down these 5 things you need to put in place. All companies should put in place. Multi-factor authentication, use EDR, and backups, but main thing is a skilled security team has to be engaged all the time. It's no longer do it yourself. And it also had Sun Zhu Lu on it as well. But and I'm involved with some groups that have a lot of high net worth individuals. Some of them are billionaires, but it's really surprising. We had a client that came to us that they got conned out of $400,000 in their bank account, and they didn't reach out to anybody for over a month, and then it took them another month to make a decision to improve their defense. They didn't even know about the loss of $400,000 for over a month. And that started my wheels spinning that this is a different, it's all relative, right? It doesn't matter how much money you got. It's, $400 may be important to me, but maybe it's $400,000 to someone else. So it's like when you're playing, you're on a craps table at Caesars, there's guys that put $5 on the craps line. That's just as important as the guy that dropped $5,000 chip on the pass line, right? And so the concepts are the same. They apply to everybody, and especially with AI, they can scale that and make it targeted. And once again, depending on their business model, they may make more money just targeting people for $500 rather than $500,000. So that was really the triggering event, was that new client that we brought on. And the more I thought about it, that these family businesses, these multi-million-dollar family businesses, there's only 3 or 4 people that do office work. but they've got millions and millions of dollars in real estate and lease income and all of this stuff. And I really started thinking about those. And there's a lot of people that are solopreneurs or family-run businesses that their generational wealth is at risk, you know? So that was the thought behind the book.
No, I love it. And where can people go to find the book?
So both of them are available on Amazon and Kindle, paperback. You know how Amazon works.
Of course. Go and click and add a bunch to the cart. So that's great.
That's exactly right.